Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers Creative. I haven't done a creative episode in a while, so here we are. Actually, I'm going to go over a couple of the updates as well. For those of you who haven't seen this before, and who have subscribed after I built this, this is one of the first ships that I built. It's my frigate, and a lot of things were not implemented in the game yet, so I didn't know how the mechanics were going to work, so a lot of the things aren't quite up to snuff. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna go over what that thing is over there. Well, obviously it's the ghost, but I put a little addition on it. And this thing, we're going to try to retrofit it, or think of ways to retrofit it to work in our survival world as our primary military craft. So first things first, what have they updated this update? Well, if we go fly over here and press K, they have put what are called control groups, and you can select multiple things and put them in a control group. Like, see, I have Fire 1 and I have a gravity launcher and a launcher. So the idea behind this is we have these things, which are torpedoes, or really just artificial mass, a nuclear reactor, and a bunch of mines, and light armor. And what we have is we have them attached to a landing gear right here. And next to the landing gear, we have a gravity generator. And we pair the gravity generator with the landing gear, and in the fire groups, we turn off the landing gear, and we can turn on the gravity generator, and that will send this forward towards the target. And we have 4 of them. So this is one way we could retrofit our ghost to have some fun. It wouldn't be very practical, because if this ship had a gravity generator on it, which it does, actually several, the the torpedoes would just go flying down. So it really doesn't pay to make it as a actual weapon, but they're cool and function. So we're gonna, have some fun after I show you guys this. So for the people that have never seen this, we're going to take a tour of the ship. This is pre-survival mode, so we didn't really know how everything was going to work. So this design isn't going to work as is, but it's pretty good. So up front we have a hangar deck with a large landing bay here and a place to store craft here. We have a bunch of gyroscopes in the front. We have some nuclear reactors here, and as you can see, because this was creative mode when I made this, the reactor faces aren't facing out, so you can't put uranium in them. So that's one thing that we'd have to change if we were to keep this design. Also, I was thinking about putting conveyor tubes everywhere so we can automate the weapons. And we have like backup systems up here, and we also have backup generators here. And we're actually going to, if we would use this design, we wouldn't have to have so many reactors, because I think even at max power it only uses like 12% of its peak power. So here we have more backup reactors, and in here we have our assembler room with 4 assemblers and some cargo containers, which will still keep this because it's a pretty good idea to have assemblers on board a military craft in case anything breaks. Because things will break, especially how I fly. And here we go, more nuclear reactors. I think I pointed that out. And we fly in here. More cargo containers and stairs up here. And what is up here? We have our secondary bridge. And here it is right here. We have a front-facing and rear-facing. And if you're not familiar with this design, it's meant to take so much damage that the ship will, if it can, get separated into several segments and still fly and shoot around, because it'll have enough power and gyroscopes. So say we look at here, we have 3 distinct segments. We have the front segment, the middle segment, which we're in right now, and the rear segment. The front segment has a whole bunch of thruster pods in every direction, so even if that would get separated from the rest of the ship, it would still fly on its own. And right here is the cockpit for that section. And we're in this section right here. I don't know if you can see it right there. That's us. And there's not many thrusters, but it's still enough to move around and fire. Alright, and here we have more nuclear reactors. We have our medical bays over here as well. And say people were boarding the ship. I don't have any gun on me, but there's all these doors to hinder their progress, and there's a little mezzanine area to shoot at people running through the hallway down below. So say they manage to pierce the hull right here, people can be sitting here shooting at the guys that are coming in. Alright, and then here we have, these used to be ladders, now they're just passages, and they go up to the upper firing deck, and this can be used. In fact, well, I was going to turn on a gravity generator, but I don't want to because that'll mess up our torpedoes over there. But it's meant so that you can have a gun here and attack invaders with your assault rifle. And you can pretty much go everywhere on the deck. And that's this particular section. I don't believe it goes anywhere else. Oh yes, let's go back inside. There's one more thing that I need to show you in this particular section. There's this door here. This door leads to the upper front section of the ship. And yes, that's a double airlock, so that'll be particularly hard to grind through or shoot through. And here we go. We have a small little catwalk to help rearm these Gatling cannons and missile turrets when they run out of ammo. Also, these can be used as firing decks for people with assault rifles. And you go over here. You can get up on here. There's no real reason to, but you can if you wanted to. And then we go all the way to the front of the ship. And here we are. I think I'd have to replace some of these Gatling cannons because I'm not sure if these thrusters would damage them or not. Alright. And obviously, if this was a warship, we'd be making it out of heavy armor instead of light armor. This was back in the day before heavy armor was a thing, so I didn't make it out of heavy armor. So let's go back down. Alright. And yes, there's a double airlock right here, so it's hard to get through. Alright, and let's go back down and we'll show you the engineering section of the ship. Alright, and another double airlock. And in this double airlock are two passages, what used to be ladders, to another firing deck. Up here we have two missile turrets and two Gatling turrets. And it's just a nice defensible location. Alright. And these doors also act as a way to prevent people from getting in the ship, so say people actually land up there, kill everybody that was on the deck, and they fly down, they'll still have to go through doors before they can actually access the rest of our ship. And say they get here, well, they'll still be facing the guns from the people in the mezzanine area, and they'll be facing guns from over there as well. And in here we have our gyroscope room and a whole bunch of small reactors. I could probably change them to large reactors to save on weight. And on the other side we have large reactors. Quite a few of them. I think far too many. But, alright. Come on, get me through. Alright. And that goes all the way up to the top deck where the bridge is. This goes up to the second floor where we have interior turrets, and I probably should place more interior turrets. And the reason there are so many interior turrets here is because this particular area goes out to the wing pods right over here. And so say they get boarded here, they kill all our turrets, and they manage to make it through the door. They still have a whole bunch of interior turrets to get through. So here is our firing deck on the pods of the ship. To give you a little bit of scale, that's where we were. Alright. And we can follow this little walkway. And this is how you get to the firing deck that overlooks the main hallway. And this just heads on out to the other little pod over there. And back when I made this, doors didn't work, so... Oh, wow. I really did make this a long time ago. And there we go. There's the second floor, and here is the top floor. And in the bridge, we have a medical station. We have what used to be a ladder to the top. We have a whole bunch of gyroscopes, a whole bunch of backup nuclear reactors, and a number of captain chairs, and some more backup reactors and stuff. So let's take a look at what's on the very tippy top of the ship, and then we'll have some fun with the torpedoes that we created. Alright, let's fly on up. Alright, here we are, overlooking the entire ship. It's a pretty good vantage point if you want to shoot at intruders or whatnot. And this is another thing I'd have to... I'm sorry, I have to rearrange the missile turrets because I'm fairly certain that the thrust damage would destroy them. But I think I kind of want to go with a similar design in our survival world for our warship, but we'd be using heavy armor, we'd be removing the placement of some of these, and maybe even using conveyor systems as well. So, although it might look fairly similar with a similar type design, it will be quite different. Alright, so now that I've shown you that, let's have some fun with it. And yes, if we make this in survival, it will take a while, but it'll be fun. It'll be worth it. Alright, so we'll turn the fire one on, and we'll also have to make sure we get the launcher one on. Oh, well, that worked. On? There we go. Nope, uh-oh. Bad. Uh-oh. Yep. Okay, so I still have to work at that. I think I caused more damage to my ship than theirs, than this one. Well, that was interesting. Let's see what damage they caused at any rate. Yeah, the side of the ship is gone. So, that's pretty cool. That's what they've added, and I still suck at flying, so nothing has changed. Alright, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you folks for watching. I will see you guys next time.